Okay, so I am getting ready to do my first ever pour. Ever. I've never done this before. I'm just setting this up. It took me what feels like forever to do this. I bought just the basic stuff, went to Michael's. Trip to Joann's was not that productive for me. Did get quite a few things at the Dollar Tree, actually, like these lovely squirt bottles. Also, a trip to Walmart provided me with this lovely storage drawer tower that I'll be using. I've been watching several YouTube videos lately, which if I ever do post this, which I doubt, but who knows, I'd like to say thank you to like Molly's Artistry, Gina DeLuca, Expressionist Art Studio, Karen Goodrich, Canella Serrano, Pouring Your Heart Out. But just taking little things I've picked up from each of them. I did take little tiny thumbtacks and tack these little shot glass style cups to the bottom of my pour. I'm also using puppy pee pads that I picked up at the Dollar Tree over my Dollar Tree plastic tablecloth, so that my table doesn't turn into a complete disaster. Mixed up a base of white from Artist Loft. It's titanium white, and I have a batch of Mars Black, which each of those I did put in squeeze bottles because I have a feeling I'm going to use those again. I'm using Floetrol and Artist Loft pouring medium. Now, I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but I have heard, like Molly has mentioned before, that sometimes the Floetrol will dry a little bit on the matte side or a little milky. So I'm going to add some other pouring medium to that. I know she does quite a cocktail, which I am not prepared to do yet. And then for my colors, I found at Michael's this metallic cobalt blue, which looks absolutely beautiful. So that's the color I really wanted to use first of all, and I wanted to see how it looks. So I mixed that first, and then since I went with that, I decided to go with Brilliant Blue, Phthalo Green, which seems like a fan favorite, and Brilliant Yellow. I know a lot of people like the yellow by Liquitex Basics, but this one seemed close, and Michael's was having a sale, buy one get one 50% off, so that's what I got. I'm not sure as far as cells how this is going to work. I'm not really sure how any of this is going to work. I'm hoping mostly this is just going to be for myself. By the way, my mixture of white, I did 10 of Floetrol, 2 of the Artist Loft pouring medium, 2 of the Artist Loft titanium white. The black, I did 12 of Floetrol, 1 of the Artist Loft medium, pouring medium, and 2 of the Artist Loft Mars Black. Just because of the consistency, I wish I would have mixed the black first. The white, when it mixes, I couldn't tell if the paint was mixed in very well with that Floetrol because the Floetrol is white. The pouring medium has this lovely milky, just like the Floetrol. I did thin most of them out with this 90-10 Floetrol mixture idea that I got from Molly. Molly, thank you for that. If I ever do post this, thank you. So let's just see what happens. I don't have a heat gun. I do, however, have a blow dryer. I do like some of the things I've seen with people blowing them out, and I'd like to see what that does. So we'll see. But that's what I'm planning to use to pop bubbles and see if I can't get any cells. I am not using any silicone. I do have some, but I thought for this first try, I really just want to get some mixtures down, see what colors look like. I also, I swear I had a flat piece of, plastic spatula. I cannot find, oh, by the way, I did get this lovely little 3-pack of plastic spatulas I found in the art department at the Dollar Tree. So this 3-pack was $1. Same thing with these wooden stick stirrers. They were $1. So if I'm, God, I love that color. I'm gonna be using an old light switch cover that I happen to still have. It has a flat plastic edge, much like a putty knife. So I'm gonna start with a white. And see what happens. I said the idea for this is really just for me to be able to look back and say, oh, that worked well, that didn't work well, that's the combination I used that day, that's how I poured it. This is a 12 by 12 canvas, again from Artist Loft. Michaels did get a little bit of business from me this weekend. But I found that, boy, there are so many different ideas on the internet that when I was younger, we just didn't have. I do have a full-time regular job. I'm a nurse, so I don't always have time for this kind of stuff, unfortunately. This is not working as well as I had hoped, but let's just roll with it. I'm not sure about the consistency, of course. I've never done this before. I do like these cups underneath, pinned underneath here, if I do say so myself. I've seen a lot of people using the cups online, and when they go to move, to tilt their painting, the cups move around a little bit. I was not too thrilled with that idea, so I said, you know what? The big push pins, that was a cute idea, but I thought, you know, something that makes it stick, like the push pin, however, lifts it off the table a little bit higher, like the cups, that are inexpensive. Big fan. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do a dirty pour per se. I'm kind of going to do a dirty pour because I'm just going to do it right on the canvas because I want to see what happens. This is still a little lumpy. I don't know what it looks like on the camera because of course I'm just using my cell phone because, yeah, I'm not a YouTuber, never have been. This would be a first for me. However, I'm pretty good at talking to myself, so. You know, I don't like, there's not very much of this. I will use that as an accent color. Let's do this. I want that yellow to pop ever so slightly, so I don't want too much yellow. Phthalo. Let's go in with a touch more of this white. I'm gonna do a little dot of this black. If I can get it, oh, I should have thinned this black out more, I think. There's almost none left in here. Oh no, it's still pretty thin. It's just a big mixing cup. If I need more black, I have the squeeze bottle. Let's go back in with this metallic. And I think I used my level. However, I think I'm off kilter. So let's take a popsicle stick and prop it underneath this. Let's see if that doesn't help. I have way too much paint also for this 12 by 12 canvas. But let's see what happens. Ah! All right, see that swirl of green? That's because I've been wiping it with my finger. I can tell right now. And when I poured some more, I can tell right where I had wiped it before. That's what it did. All right, and I want some more of this metallic because because this is my favorite. All right. I kind of got into starting to buy paint because while we were camping, we found painted rock. And I thought, what a fun idea, what a cool thing to do. So I started buying acrylic paint. Of course, it was the really super cheap, you know, 50 cents a dollar for the little tiny bottles. This is odd. Maybe it's too thin. I don't know. See what happens. Wait, I see some cell reaction on the side there. Let's go that way. That's the thing about this. I don't think you can do it wrong. I'm a bit of a, I like everything how I like it, and this might be a good break for me too. Everybody in my house seems to have their hobbies, but all right. I like the colors. I'm starting to see a little something. I'm gonna hit it with some heat. This is gonna be loud. Starting to get a little bit muddy right there. So I'm gonna stop, but I love that. And this, okay. I do want to get to this corner before it dries. Grab another glass here. I like what's happening. Now what I should have done, I was talking about painting rocks, is grab some of the rocks that we grabbed at Leelanau this year. And that's actually what got me starting looking for pouring. Was I started searching painted rocks, and they were doing pours on painted rocks. And I thought, oh, so cool. I'm gonna just cover this corner a little bit over here. And I really liked it. And so I was like, okay. So I tried to pour a rock. Yeah, that was funny. It did not turn out well. So I started looking online at some of these rock painting websites and was like, how are you getting these poured rocks? And they said, well, watch how to do acrylic pours online. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to do an acrylic pour. Just watch a few and you'll figure it out. And I thought, okay. So I really love that. I don't want to mess it up. And then, of course, you know how YouTube is. One video leads to another, leads to another. Next thing you know, I'm watching acrylic pours on canvas. And it got me to thinking about when we were in Little Nance. We were in Traverse City at some of the studios. We went to a lot of galleries and things up there. And we were just, you know, walking around. And they had some of the coolest. And it turns out they were resins. I learned by watching. But man, they were a little out of my price range as well. So then when I started watching these videos about doing pours, I thought, well, you know what? Not only could that work for rocks, I could do that on canvas too. How cool would that be? But all these little drippies, I thought, how cool would it be if I could just take what drips off of these and put them on my rocks. 2 paintings, 1 pour. I am getting a little bit of cell action, which is pretty cool. I don't know how important that is to me, but this phthalo green is not doing much. It is pretty matte, and although I do love the way, with the blow, the way it's barbling into this white here. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Can't remember who I was watching, if it was Molly? I know Gina sings, but just I sing when I liking something. And I thought, huh, okay, I'm not the only one. Wow, if anybody would have told me how cool this really was. I started doing this years ago. Of course, my kids were littler than babies. And, you know, ain't no mama with babies got time for that. I can't believe I've had this much quiet time, although I've got one guy getting ready for bed and he's in the shower right now, so that I'm out in the other garage. Gives me a little bit more time. Okay. I gotta fix that and that. Let's see what the blow dryer will do for us in those corners. I'm thinking, they're all flowing together now, but I'm thinking one of the videos I seen, they were, I cannot get this to lock on now. I don't know what I did. Putting dabs of paint in every corner, and I found myself now going back to scratching and putting a dab of paint in every corner, so I think I should start out that way. All right, here we go. is not too hot, that it's not drying it out. I'm putting a little skin on there. Let's try a straw. Oh, I don't like that. That was dumb. That was terrible. Terrible. Oh, what were you thinking? It just ruined it. Ruined it. Better. I love that. This right here, a little Michigan blue and gold, kind of like that. We'll see. See what happens. I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna leave it alone. I've got down my what I used, and I've still got some paint left. I can put those in some of the smaller squeeze bottles that I got from Walmart. These little ones, I got these at the baking cake decorating area where the melted chocolate stuff is. The candy making stuff, and these were two for $2, and so they're a smaller bottle. I think I'm going to use that for these paints here. But if I ever do post this and anybody ever does watch it, thank you for watching. Let's get a last shot here. Yeah. So if I ever do post this and you have any tips for me, let me know. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.